Welcome
back
to
the
QuaranTalk
podcast
episode 4 QnA. And because there's a tropical storm here now in the Philippines, it's very difficult because some of us experience brownouts and our internet connection is not that stable. So that's why we can't do a Zoom call today.
Kaya nandito kami ngayon in our own homes, vlogging the Q&A.
We hope that you're all safe at home with your family during this time of pandemic and this time of bad weather.
And since may mga technical questions tayo from our viewers, we will include the sources where we based our answers in this video.
The questions we will be answering will be from episode 1 to episode 3 with a total of 15 questions.
Kaya sit back, relax, and let's start this Q&A.
So for our first question, paano po naapektuhan ng quarantine yung studies nyo and paano nyo po na-manage yung mga schoolworks? Well, wala nang face-to-face interaction with the professors, so malaking adjustment siya for most of the students. And of course, paano namin na-manage to? Primarily, I think kailangan meron talagang appropriate time management kasi kailangan na ma-allot mo yung time for the things that you have to prioritize. And you also have to set a workplace on your own para less distractions and mas matapos mo yung kailangan mong gawin.
What is the difference between ECQ or Enhanced Community Quarantine and GCQ or General Community Quarantine? So in ECQ, the public transport system is in a complete halt. And furthermore, only essential establishments are allowed to function. So this includes food establishments and maintenance establishments. On the other hand, GCQ has the public transport system functional but within limited capacity. This means that people should also enforce social distancing measures even inside the public utility vehicle. Furthermore, more establishments are opening up, but with the limitation of health standards that they have to uphold, such as maintaining social distancing within the establishment.
So for the next question number 3. Since you are talking about hand washing, I just want to point it out na it can be a problem for those who don't value its importance. Since di ba nga may alcohol naman at all. I just want to ask how this misconception can be addressed din para sa kaalaman ng iba. Well, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, washing hands with soap is preferred over alcohol when possible because hand washing reduces the amounts of all types of germs and chemicals in the hands. Also in this situation, the soap breaks down the lipid layer of the coronavirus, thus destroying the virus entirely. But when soap and water is not available, the use of alcohol or alcohol-based sanitizer that's at least 60% in alcohol content is also a good substitute. So for the next question number 4. Tinry ko kasi yung workout challenge pero hindi ko masabayan. Ano po ba yung tips nyo pag beginner lang po? Well, I have 5 tips for you. First is to stay hydrated. Drink at least 8 to 10 glasses of water per day in order to compensate for the fluids lost during the workout. Second is to optimize your nutrition. Make sure that you are eating a well-balanced diet in order to get all the necessary nutrients needed by your body to function well. Third is to have your own pace. Again, this is not a race. Do it when you feel doing it. Fourth is to have a warm-up and a cool-down. Warm-up to reduce the probability of getting injured, and cool-down to absorb all the exercises you've done and to return your body into a normal state. Lastly is to have a rest day. This is very important in order to replenish all the energy you've used up during the workout and to use this energy to work out the next day. So again, my 5 tips for you. First is to stay hydrated. Second is to optimize your nutrition. Third is have your own pace. Fourth is to have a warm-up and a cool-down. Lastly, have a rest day.
Okay. Next, paano po maging productive this quarantine? Well, this is my personal tips for you. First is to clean your space. You could do chores at home, declutter your closet. And next is make a plan. So, kailangan ng timetable para maset mo yung goals mo for a day or for a week. Third is to meditate and pray. Fourth is to exercise your mind through reading books. And fifth is to eat healthy and exercise. Sixth is to learn a new skill. Seventh is to bond with your family and your pets. Eighth is to reduce social media consumption. And ninth, it's okay to take a break. So you don't have to be so productive at all. You could take a moment to breathe, take a moment to relax para mawala yung anxiety natin, especially in this time of pandemic. There are limitations when it comes to availability of masks. Is there an alternative way on how to protect yourself? I heard using mask made with cloth is not advisable because the virus is too small. Well, actually, if you have watched episode 2, there is a DIY mask that I have shown. You could do this at home kasi yung kailangan mo lang naman is mahanap mo din siya sa bahay. And according to CDC, meron na silang na-release na article na okay lang gumamit ng mask kasi yung mga surgical mask and N95 masks, they are reserved for the frontliners. So, it's okay to use mask na gawa sa cloth as long as meron kang suot to protect yourself and to protect other people as well.
Paano may iwasan ang pagkakaroon ng COVID-19 mula sa paghawak ng mga bagay-bagay? Gumamit ng disinfectants sa household equipments at laging maghugas ng kamay o mag-alcohol kapag nakakahawak ng mga bagay-bagay. Sa disinfectant, hindi naman kailangan na mahal ang bilhin mo. Pwede ka na rin gumamit ng mga bagay na makikita mo sa loob ng bahay tulad ng mga bleach. Paano pananatilihin ang kaligtasan tuwing pumupunta sa grocery stores? When grocery shopping, keep at least 1 meter distance from others and avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Also, if possible, sanitize the handles of the shopping carts or trolleys before shopping. Once you're home, wash your hands thoroughly after handling or storing your purchased products.
Ayun, so may nagtanong dito, maaari bang mahawa ng COVID-19 ang aking alagang hayop? So, of course, I'm also a pet owner, so this is very relevant to me as well. Based from our research, it's possible for animals to contract or be infected with the COVID-19 virus. This is because viruses are unstable, so they mutate. So they may evolve to infect animals as well. If we constantly have close contact with an animal, there's still a chance or probability that we might be infected if they're infected as well. And there's a chance that they can be infected by us. So the simple way to avoid that or to be safe is to always follow proper hygiene measures, always wash your hands after coming in contact with an animal. Inarap na mori. Yes. And ayun, especially if you touch a stray cat or dog, wash your hands, wash the area that they touched you. And for your safety and the safety of your pet, if you're staying indoors, keep your pets indoors as well to completely reduce the risk of them getting infected with the virus, and for you as well. That's why stay at home and stay safe.
So, for the next question number 10, is it safe taking a high dosage of vitamin C, say 1000 mg per day? Will it not affect the kidney if we continue doing this? Can I dilute it by drinking a lot of water? Well, vitamin C plays a role in many vital functions, which includes metabolism and immunity. For adults, the tolerable and highest daily intake likely to pose no risk is 2000 mg per day. Any excess of vitamin C intake is usually excreted by the body in the urine. But in some people, high doses of more than 2000 to 3000 mg per day can cause symptoms such as diarrhea, nausea, heartburn, gastritis, fatigue, flushing, headache, and insomnia. I also want to remind the people with chronic liver or kidney conditions, gout, or a history of calcium oxalate kidney stones should take no more than 1000 mg a day. Again, vitamin C is very beneficial, but we should take note of the dosage we take every day in order for us to appreciate its benefits and avoid complications from happening.
So here's a question from one of our viewers. If I will be infected with COVID but symptoms are not severe, is it just okay to self-quarantine myself at home? Or it is much advisable that I will be admitted in a quarantine facility? There are rumors if you have mild symptoms, but if you were placed in a quarantine hospital, although you will have proper medical care, there's a higher risk for infection. So to answer that, according to the CDC or Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, most people with COVID-19 who are experiencing mild symptoms can recover from home without receiving medical care. They are advised to not leave their homes except to get medical care if they are already experiencing respiratory difficulties. It is important that they do not visit public places, get some rest, and stay hydrated.
This is one question that asks, if after a few months, no vaccine will be developed. In your opinion, do you think we just need to live with it? Vaccines normally take a long time to be developed and produced, and by this, we should use this time to adapt to a new normal. So this includes social distancing, wearing masks often, washing your hands often, as well as limiting the need to go outside. This should include our work. If there are any online platforms available for work at home, we should utilize that so we can avoid further transmission of this virus. But then again, at the end of the day, our healthcare professionals and our scientists are working their best to find a vaccine for this virus. So this is not the time to lose hope, you guys.
Another question from one of our viewers. I read in one article that blood group A has a significantly higher risk for COVID-19 compared with non-A blood groups. Does this mean if one of my family is type A, you should be more careful? So to answer that, the researcher said that these blood type related differences may be due to certain antibodies in the blood. But it is important to know that further studies must still be done in order to confirm this. So everyone must still be careful and observe the guidelines of proper hand washing, social distancing, and proper wearing of masks.
May isang question naman dito. Would it be ideal to visit a relative and provide support when they have COVID-19, or would it be reckless? So since they have COVID-19, it's very risky because it's a very infective virus. Isn't that right, Damori? So patients who are positive with COVID-19 are not allowed to have visitors in any circumstance in the hospital. Because ayun nga, it's very risky, they're very infective, and we're trying to contain the virus, so they might infect their friends and relatives if they have visitors. What we can do is to trust our frontliners that they're doing the best that they can to take care of them in order for them to recover. And other alternatives to visit or to support your family or friend who has COVID-19 is through the use of technology such as video calling or text messaging them using your phones or your laptops. So, as of now, that is the best that you can do to support your loved ones who may have the COVID-19 virus.
And that's all for our Q&A. Guys, remember that during this quarantine and pandemic that we are in, it is important to not just take care of our physical and social health, but as well as our mental health. Remember to take time to rest and relax, because coping with stress that this pandemic brings will make you, the people you care about, and your community stronger. You're not alone in this battle, and we will heal as one.
Alright, so that was the last question for today's Q&A. We're almost at the end of this QuaranTalk series podcast. Thank you all so much for coming on this journey with us. Now, before we conclude this series, we would like to say a few words first, me and my other hosts. For me, I would like to shout out USC Contra COVID. Guys, please go support them. Their contact details are here on screen or there in the description. Like I said in the previous podcasts, they help our frontliners. So help us help them. Provide support, you can give food, you can give money. It's all there in their Facebook page. If you go there, their contact details are right here. They help the frontliners, not just the nurses and doctors, but also the garbage collectors, the police officers, everyone who's outside right now risking their life, risking their health for us. So they're also frontliners. So it's very important that we give them support.
We also want to give our deepest gratitude and a big shout out to our another partner, the Albay Leaders for the Marginalized Sectors, or ALMS. This is an organization aimed at helping the indigenous citizens of Albay to cope up with the present social realities through its projects. So please support them as we fight this pandemic and help the Filipinos to rise again.
Of course, big shout out sa section namin Tuner 6. Thank you for all your time and effort. Gusto kong pasalamatan lahat ng mga taong nasa likod ng camera na to. And sa lahat ng mga committees, I would like to give a special mention especially sa ating live show content committee, sa ating question and answer segment committee, promotions content committee, and of course sa ating technical design group, publication materials committee, live show video committee. Maraming salamat po sa time and effort sa ating mga writers, involved sa promotions, video editors, and creatives. Thank you so much.
In behalf of Tuner 6, we would like to thank you, the viewers, for supporting and watching us through episode 1, 2, 3, and this Q&A session. This podcast is a fruit of our hard work, and we hope this became a platform for you to learn a thing or two to protect yourself from the virus. Ingat po kayo, stay healthy, at maraming salamat po ulit. Ingat!
We would like to express our gratitude to our course professors, Professor Maria Teresita Castilla and Professor Emelita Padilla, for constantly guiding us all throughout from the very first program proposal and the content of this podcast series. Also, we will not forget to thank our very special guest last episode 3, Professor Gian Carlos C. Torres, for enlightening us and sharing your knowledge regarding this coronavirus pandemic and how to cope and adapt to the situation we are experiencing right now. Also, we would like to thank our professors who watched this podcast series, may it be from episode 1, episode 2, or episode 3, for supporting us as we fulfill our responsibilities to be future nurse advocates and future nurse educators.
And shoutout din sa lahat ng frontliners natin out there. Sa mga healthcare professionals on duty, sa mga maintenance and sanitation workers, and even those na nagpe-prepare and nagde-deliver ng food para sa mga kapwa nila frontliners. Thank you very much po for serving the country, and thank you very much po for serving the people. And lastly, as a surprise for our viewers, our team contacted some of the UST College of Nursing's alumni currently working as a frontliner to share their experiences. So without further ado, here is a tribute video we created for our frontliners, our modern heroes.
Hi everyone, I'm Leah.
Hi, I'm Christine. My name is Michaela Fabay.
My name is Lyndon.
Hello guys.
Hi everyone, I'm Liam. I'm from batch 2018 and I'm a neurocritical care nurse at St. Luke's Medical Center, Quezon City.
Hi, I'm Christine Mateo, an alumna from batch 2013, now working as an operating room nurse at La Salle University Medical Center in Dasmariñas, Cavite.
Guys, my name is Michaela Fabay and I am currently a staff nurse assigned in a non-COVID ward unit at Cardinal Santos Medical Center.
Hi, my name is Lyndon. I'm from UST Con batch 2019 and I currently work in St. Luke's Medical Center, BGC. So,
Hello guys. So, currently nasa loob ako ng COVID area.
Hi, from National Nurses. My name is Miguel Josh Abuso. I am graduate from UST College of Nursing batch 2016. I'm currently working as critical care unit nurse at Royal London Hospital here in the United Kingdom.
It's been my 54th day here in the hospital, and it all started last March 15 when the ECQ was implemented and my unit was the first intensive unit to be converted into a COVID ICU. Among the initiatives of the hospital was it set up an adequately equipped COVID triage unit outside the ER so that it could isolate the cases. We were also among the first to be certified as a testing center for COVID-19, so it hastened the result. And also, we provided convalescent plasma therapy, wherein we collected convalescent plasma from recovered patients to be transfused to severely ill patients so that it could help boost their immune system. Slowly, we are opening our institute and centers for acute and urgent cases, and we set up telemedicine platforms for teleconsult services.
Last April 14, our institute has received full accreditation from the DOH to accept patients for COVID-19 testing after a laboratory has reached its level 4 status. We only allotted one theater room for COVID cases, or what we call the anteroom. In there, we have 3 zones: the green zone or the safe zone, this is our donning area; the yellow zone or the neutral zone, this is our doffing area; also the barrier between the green zone and the red zone; and lastly is the red zone or the hot zone, where the operation is done and where surgical team wears full PPE. Our disinfection protocol includes UV light, misting, and wall-to-wall cleaning.
Being assigned in a non-COVID ward, every day we are being faced with this feeling of uncertainty. Uncertain that the patients that we will receive might be a PUI, a PUM, or a COVID-positive patient. But despite this uncertainties in our duties, we still choose to report to our duties every day, keeping in our hearts and our minds our core and our faith.
I'm assigned sa 15 South Wing. It's one of the units na kinonvert to a COVID unit. So, I've been taking care of patients with positive, mga positive patients for COVID. And update lang about duty, it's like a regular duty but with PPEs or personal protective equipment. So we have the hair caps, the face shield or goggles, tapos we have N95 mask the whole shift. On top of it, meron pa kaming face mask din na nilalagay. Tapos meron kaming bunny suit. We were wearing bunny suit all over. Also double gloving. Yeah, that's basically what we have to do. Also, cluster care na kasi less exposure sa mga patients. You also have to protect yourself. It's also for your own safety. Na whenever you go inside the patient's room, you do everything na you need to do. Tapos as much as possible, hindi hahawakan or masoil yung mga PPE so that hindi ka mahawaan ng virus.
Also, here in my unit, we have initially 44 beds, which can cater critically ill patients. For the start of this pandemic, we are actually preparing for it already. We increased the number of our beds to I think up to 100, and now we have built another floor dedicated to catering these patients, totaling up to 200 patients problem we're facing now. So my duty so far it's been alright because the management here are trying to reinforce us IT nurses. Initially we are trained to take care of 1:1 nurses to 1 ventilated patients. Right now we're trying to do 1:3 ventilated patients. But with the help of our other nurses from different units such as recovery, theaters, and endoscopy and other ancillary units, they've been helping us by giving medications as well as trying to do observations or vital signs for us as well.
As a frontliner, it's hard, it's scary because it's like you're fighting an invisible enemy. But I never doubted even once to continue, even if my family was against it. So fast forward, my coworkers started turning into PUI. So we had to work 12 hours daily and it took a great toll on our physical and mental health. But we get by with the support of the hospital who has been providing us free meals, accommodation, and shuttle, laundry, consultations, medicines and vitamins and groceries, and from other external donations.
Kamusta naman ako as a frontliner? It's difficult. Siyempre, ang daming sacrifices physically and physiologically. You cannot eat, you can't drink water, you cannot go to the bathroom, even to pee, no? Wala. Hindi pwede kasi sayang yung PPE no? Kasi umalis ka, gano'n sayang. So, for 8 hours yun, minsan more than, kasi hindi naman laging on time yung palitan ng endorsement, ganyan.
To everyone, please follow measures that has to be taken, distancing and proper hygiene, and quarantine if you must. And to the government, implement free mass testing and support our countrymen, especially in the Laylayan who are in need.
We have been going on 12 hours of duty, more than 80 hours per cutoff. It's tiring, draining. We have been sweating under those hazmat suits, and 95 damages our skin. Our hair has been too dry from taking a shower a lot, but we're still thankful for those donations that have been coming in every day ever since this pandemic has started. Be it food, PPE, and prayer. It is never simple, but simple isn't what we signed up for.
So I would like to say, guys, that please stay home, practice social distancing, and please always wash your hands and cover your mouth. These little things will become big help to all of us in the future.
Always remember to do hand hygiene. It's really important. Sanitize your hands. Ganun. Ayun lang naman. Always drink your vitamins every day.
Hi guys, so this is a message sa kapwa ko frontliners. Thank you so much. Thank you for everything, for your effort. Salamat kasi lumalaban ka kasama natin, kasama ng pandemic na to. I know there will be a great reward after this. So thank you for being part of the team. And I know hindi naman to in vain. Lahat ng works natin hindi in vain. Kahit hirap na tayo, kahit pawis na tayo sa loob na tong PPE, I know worth it to. So thank you person, thank you nurse, thank you doc. Sobrang grateful ako na magkakasama tayo dito. Okay, thank you so much for all the prayers and appreciation. Stay at home. Okay, always wash your hands.
So what I can advise for you is, I think just treat yourself as someone who's carrying the infection. In that way, you can practice measures that can limit the spread of the disease. Stay at home, and I hope everyone is safe.
My message to student nurses, you have to think now, because nursing is a hard, yet it is a truly rewarding profession, but we did not sign up only for the highs of it.
One, to all the aspiring nurses, go. This is our vocation, this is our job, and hopefully ma-inspire kayo dito sa nangyayari. Just imagine, siguro if there's one reason na fulfilling, is makakwento ko sa soon-to-be family ko, sa grandsons and daughters ko, that I was part of the pandemic in helping people. And being there, yung presence namin, yung nurses, the doctors, even janitors, lady guards, elevator people, basically lahat. We're in this together, parang one lang kami. And yun, tulungan kami.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So yeah, thank you so much. Bye. Take care. Stay safe.
There's a place in your heart, and I know that it is love. And this place could be much brighter than tomorrow. And if you really try, you'll find there's no need to cry. In this place, you'll feel there's no hurt or sorrow. There are ways to get there if you care enough for the living. Make a little space, make a better place. Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying if you care enough fear soars into plowshares. We could really get there if we cared enough for the living. Make a little space for you and for me. Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. There are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me.
I got a feeling that it's time to let go. I said so. I knew that this was doomed from the get-go. You thought that it was special, special, but it was just a sex and I still hear the echoes. I got a feeling that it's time to let it go, let it go. Seasons change and our love went cold. Feed the flag 'cause we can't let it go. Run away, but we're running in circles. Run away, I dare you to do something. I'm waiting on you again, so I don't take the blame. Run away, but we're running in circles. Run away, maybe you don't understand what I'm going through. It's only me. What you got to lose? Make up your mind. Tell me, what are you gonna do? It's only me. Let it go. Seasons change and our love went cold. Feed the flag 'cause we can't let it go. Run away, but we're running in circles. Run away, I dare you to do something. I'm waiting on you again, so I don't take